Welcome back to another episode of our 2020 guide to Divinity Original Sin 2, the Definitive Edition. We're going to be doing quite a few things on Blood Moon Island today. First, we're going to be starting off with talking to the Advocate. Now, last time we talked to the Advocate, we agreed to take out some people for him, and we are going to do that still. But first, now that we're leveled up a bit, we're going to ask him about who's behind the void. In fact, we're not going to ask, we're going to demand to know. Alright, he's going to get a little mad at that phrasing. Then you're going to need a persuasion check to get him to actually tell you who's behind the the Void Woken. If you have really high persuasion, it doesn't really matter which one. Alright, and then once he gets to the one that ends with the God King of, because remember the God King is the King of the Eternals, it's Fane's people. He's now kind of in charge of the Void. So we're now going to go through, and we're going to boost up Pyramus a little bit there. We're going to boost up everybody, but he's in conversation, so we're boosting him up the most. And remember, you want your highest initiative person, alright, to definitely get Peace of Mind going. Oops, that ain't right. You definitely want them getting Peace of Mind going so that they can go first in combat here. So he's got 36 right here, our Red Prince. So we're going to give him the high ground over here. And he's probably going to be, hopefully, going first once we start up this combat here. Alright, and then Beast over here, we have him with Glass Cannon, so we're definitely going to want to give him Armor Frost and Fortify. Alright, now, I don't know, Advocate is green, so, alright, wasn't sure if he got that or not. Alright, and then I might have had time to hasten myself with Pyramus here. Yeah, because that Encourage wore off. Okay. Alright, so first up we've got this Necrowing Voidwoken. Now you'll notice he's got, relative to his health, pretty low armor. And these guys are all level 15. The Advocate's people that are helping you out are all at 15 as well. Yeah, they're all at 15. So this shouldn't be a difficult battle because you really outnumber them. It will get hard if you use an area effect that does damage to the Advocate's people, because then you have to take them out as well. So we're going to focus down the stronger Voidwoken here. Now, Red Prince, unfortunately, doesn't get any of our team to back him up for quite a while in that initiative order. Like, Mumbo and Beast are going way at the end. So, we're going to, instead of prioritizing the first one to go, we're going to prioritize the most dangerous ones that we can crowd control. So that's going to be this Vampiric Voidwoken right there. Okay. So the most damage we can deal in one hit here is going to be Sky Shot. Alright, and that's going to get him down quite a bit. And that'll allow us to knock him down with that arrow right there. And then the other Vampiric Voidwoken is also going to be a threat, but he's farther away, so he's less of a threat, because he's going to need to waste some AP getting to us. So luckily, the other Vampiric Voidwoken got pretty far away from us, so he's not super threatening in his current position. Alright, but we would like to get the two of them kind of bunched together, if at all possible. So we're going to move that dead body with that Vampiric Voidwoken. Now that does technically give him the high ground, but we're going to get through that just fine. So we are going to delay Mumbo's turn so that Beast can use a haste scroll on Mumbo, because Mumbo's going to be using his Entangle power, and that costs 3 action points. We need to get him in range of these guys with 1 action point worth of movement, which might be a bit tricky. And actually what we could do too, we just have Beast come over here Could have him just teleport Mumbo into range. That would, that'd be probably better. Then we can just pick one of the other Void Woken that isn't the vampiric ones, like this guy here, and just, you know, put him to sleep. Now, I was planning on electrifying these guys with Pyramus, but since we've got some of the Advocate's henchmen on the water, it's gonna shock them, and I don't wanna get them aggressive towards me. Alright, and it shouldn't be a very difficult combat there. Again, the hardest part is making sure none of the Advocate's people die, so that you can get all the experience for them later. And making sure that you don't accidentally aggro the Advocate's people, because if you do aggro them, then you got a lot more people to have to handle right here, and that can make this pretty difficult. And after that, you're going to want to talk to the Advocate again.
You damn at least the vital components stood the
and then,
Tell me,
yeah, just don't draw your weapon
further
yet.
knowledge?
But you can trade with him if you want, just, you know. You can try to demand that again, but he won't work that time. Alright, so once they're taken care of, you can come up to the center of the island, where you'll find this big tree here. I'm not getting too close to load it up, but there's a big tree here. Alright, and you're going to see some blackring around the tree, doing some kind of ritual-looking thing. Alright, now when you get to these guys, this guy over here is going to have an evading aura around him. Alright, so it's going to give everybody near him evading. So like right now I have a 0% chance to hit him with the Red Prince. And he's too far, but I would assume that's also a 0 or very close to 0% chance. Alright, now this guy's going next, so really not a whole lot to worry about. Although these guys can summon some big like bone golem things. Now, luckily, Mumbo has a pretty good chunk of armor. Oh, he's not going for... Oh, he's going for Beast, didn't he? Yeah, Beast has Blast Cannon. Okay. And then she has just no magic armor at all. So, we're going to have one movement speed right there. I think we have knockdown grenades still. Yeah, right there. Tremor grenade. There you go. So a quick note about this specific combat encounter. When you finish clearing these guys out, if you previously agreed with the Advocate that you would take these guys out, and you encountered the Void Woken ambush that you can trigger by talking to the Advocate, then when you kill these guys, the Advocate will pop up with his vacuum aura on, because it's just permanently on for some reason. And it will tick damage onto you, and it will trigger fight with the Advocate and his people. Depending on how you finish this combat, you might be able to go right into that. I'm going to show you a quick way to make sure that you don't go directly into that. So the easiest way to do that is just don't be in range of the Advocate's vacuum aura. So it's got a pretty big range, so you're going to want to get as far away from this area as possible, because this is where the Advocate himself is going to spawn. Alright, and the easiest way to buy yourself time is just keep knocking this guy down, but don't actually, like, kill him. Alright. Also, I've got him pretty low health now, so if I crit with a knockdown arrow, it'll probably kill him. So instead of that, I think I'm going to try seeing... I can't put him to sleep with one of those. 280. Still not quite enough. There we go. Perfect, because this will deal 0 actual HP damage. Or vitality damage. We can just start moving way over here. And you can actually just have Pyramus, or you can have people over here just get out of combat. And now, with somebody who has pretty good ranged capabilities, preferably a ranger, I suppose, because you can use your sky shot here, get a little bit extra range on this. Now the advocate is over here, not aggroed on us. So now I can just have everybody pyramid back. I mean, they're like on the same island. You don't need to pyramid. Oh, I already have. Oh, they're both there. Okay. So just have them all use that. Go to that one. And now you come over here, talk to the advocate, and yeah, you're good to go.
As per
the lizard leans in close.
Alright, so he's going to give you the location of the next act. This is one of the ways you can do it. You can also get the location from, I think, Jahan, Riker, I don't know. There's a few other source masters that can tell you where you gotta go.
no, you need not fear me.
And then he's just telling you not to touch the tree, and you're just like, yeah, okay, I won't touch the tree. But we are going to touch the tree in a little bit. We are going to end up killing the advocate and his people, because, I mean, they're demons. They're demon worshippers. You know, they're not great people. And we also agreed for Jahan that we would kill them. So we're going to be doing that in a little bit. So once you guys are away from the advocate long enough to restore your magic armor back up to full, we can get started on attacking them. Alright, now to start off the combat with the advocate, we're going to do a little bit of prep work. So we've got 2 enemies over here, and they are in direct line of sight of the advocate. And I'm going to come over here actually and get my source back up to full. And to have some fun with this, we're going to learn a few new skills for this encounter. Alright, so we bought all the useful 3 source point skill books that we're going to be using here when we hit level 16. So that means somewhere in this inventory, I think Mumbo's got them. Alright, we've got Thunderstorm now. Alright, we're going to have Pyramus learn Thunderstorm. Right, we're going to unmemorize our other source powers for right now. I guess we could put that back on. Anything else? You know what? Yeah, we'll throw Laser Ray in there because I like Laser Ray. Alright, Mumbo can learn 2 3 source point skills here, and I gotta get rid of one more. Get rid of Fossil Strike. Don't use Fossil Strike a whole lot. So with Mumbo, we have Pyroclastic Eruption. And we also have Hailstorm. I don't see Hailstorm. Did I not get Hailstorm? Anyway, we're going to have him grab Pyroclastic Eruption. Red Prince, we could have him learn Nuke, but yeah, I'm not a big fan. Alright, so it's mainly Pyramus and Mumbo that are going to get those. So, We're going to have Pyramus right over here. We're going to bring Beast over here to be our nether swap target. Alright, we're going to buff up a little bit.
Can you feel it? The twisted pain. It's everywhere.
Alright, so as long as we got clear mind, we should be good. But just to add on to it, we're gonna entangle them right there. Don't know that that worked on... Yeah, the Advocate was in conversation, so I don't think that worked. But if we chuck a oil flask over there, that should do the trick to slow him. And we can peace of mind up right there. Alright, so we are outspeeding the Advocate. That is the most important part here. He has a lot of both armors. So what I'm going to do is check his resistances. Alright, now he does have resist, so you definitely shouldn't try to shock him here. Alright. So I'm going to go with Sky Shot. Alright. And Ballistic Shot. In my head, I had already used Adrenaline. I was supposed to use Adrenaline right there. Ooh, that was a painful mass corpse explosion. Yeah, that almost killed Pyramus. Our whole tactic here is based around Pyramus not being dead. Alright, so, Thunderstorm now. I was going to try and have an area effect over there, but that's alright. We're going to use it right there. Just, we want to hit the Advocate with it. That's the main... Ooh, we could hit 3 of them with it, though. Right here. Yeah, let's do that. So the way Thunderstorm works is that area effect that we had circled there. Every turn, every enemy in that area is going to get hit with a big lightning bolt. Alright. And it happens on the caster's turn, so it happens on Pyramus' turn. Alright. Mumbo has Pyroclastic Eruption here. And I'm gonna move over a little bit. See, there we go. I want to hit both of them. I'm a little upset that it only hits Advocate once, but that's fine. We'll manage. Alright, and just to make sure that these guys get the full force of that lightning storm, we're gonna make it wet over there. And then, ooh, Beast, okay, Beast is silenced because of the Advocate's aura. So, we'll knock him down instead. And then I'm just gonna use Dominate Mind on him so that that aura doesn't keep hitting us. Alright, once they're all taken care of, you can start looting the bodies here. Obviously. It's usually the first thing we want to do. But you can also use Spirit Vision and talk to the tree over here.
The tree's spirit.
Now, if you read the Archivist's Journal in the Blood Moon Island archives, which we found somewhere over here. Right over here. Alright, that's where we got one of our teleporter pyramids. There's a journal on a desk. And if you read that journal, you'll have learned the tree spirit's name. And it is is it Elianessa or Elenessa? I don't know, but that right there is its name. Pronounce it whichever way you want. Maybe you have a third way. But greet her by name, tell her you know her story, she's safe with you, yada yada yada. So basically, you can won your way through this, you get some experience, and this spirit tree is gonna, tell you that it wants you to kill the Doctor, which is a big demon later on in the game. And if you open up your log, you can see that, he's got so many names. Dr. Deva, I guess that's the Doctor's name. We just call him the Doctor a lot, but it's Dr. Deva. And then Adra Malik is his demon name, his actual real name. And I guess you get power over demons when you know their names. And she tells you the demon's name, so that it'll be easier for you to kill him later on. And he shows up in Act 4, so he's still quite a bit away from where we are at. And I know I have Tornado, we can clear out this stuff really easy. Just walk right on through here and not have to worry about the web or the oil. Oh, and these guys, mainly the Advocate and Bassatan the Wishmaster, they keep some of their inventory when you loot. So we get a lot of gold and superior pixie dust and superior stardust. So you get some pretty good loot from these guys as well. And if you come over here, you can use Spirit Vision and you'll find out that Bassatan, the Wishmaster, was actually being fully possessed by a demon. So you weren't even talking to the real one. But we're still going to take his source because we're short on source points at the moment. And his loot will also have a bunch of gold, good pixie dust, superior pixie dust. Then you can get the tier book if you want. And you'll get a Voidwoken Fish Exchange scroll, which is somewhat important later on. Alright, so we're going to end the episode there. Did 3 combat encounters. Walked through the beginning of each of those, not the whole thing, because once you get the beginning down, the rest of it's pretty easy. Next episode, we're going to be continuing some stuff on Blood Moon Island. There's still quite a few more encounters, and there's another little side quest there. And we got to return to Jahan, let him know that we killed the Advocate, get her experience for that. Still quite a bit to do, going to be another few episodes. But that's it for right now. I will see you guys next time.